This wasn't supposed to happen again. Over 300 students gone, taken in one single night from St. Mary's Catholic School in Niger State. A school that parents believed was safe. A school where children were supposed to be learning, not fighting for their lives. But here is the real question. How does a mass abduction of this scale still happen in 2025? After years of warnings, billions spent, and countless government promises, and here is the part that no one is talking about. This kidnapping didn't just start the night the gunmen arrived. Its roots go back years. In the next few minutes, I will uncover 1, what really happened that night. 2, who experts believe are behind this attack. 3, why security apparatus collapsed again. 4, what parents are saying. Why are they saying that the government has failed our children? But before we get to the point of the night of the attack, there is something you must understand about St. Mary's Catholic School. Something that almost guaranteed that this will happen again, and it will still happen again in the future. Okay, St. Mary's Catholic School is located in a high-risk rural part of Niger State. 2-year pattern of rising insecurity in surrounding villages. Reports before attack. Strange movements in the forest. Night motorcycles, convoys, extortion demands, kidnapping on nearby roads. The schools even requested additional security twice, but denied. Can you imagine? Even Christian Association of Nigeria and communities warnings that about these vulnerable schools, and where authorities gunshots were even heard 2 days before this attack, yet no response from the government of Nigeria. This is bizarre, and this is so alarming. Now, let me take you through the timeline of the night of the attack. At 11:47 p.m., lights were spotted near the school. At 12:06 a.m., about 70 gunmen breached the perimeter. At 12:11 a.m., hostels were stormed. At 12:18 a.m., teachers tied, phones destroyed. At 12:29 a.m., students were forced into forest. All this attack happened within 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Over 300 students, 12 teachers were abducted and kidnapped, and there was no repeal, no defense or whatsoever from the security agencies within, despite intelligence, despite warnings that they got. This is becoming so alarming. Okay, so let's look at what experts are saying and who they believe are behind this attack, this particular St. Mary's School attack. There are 3 suspects, 3 main suspects as usual. The ISWAP, that is the Islamic State of West Africa province. This group, they are highly coordinated. They use structured formations, no immediate ransom. They don't require immediate ransom. They always just release political statements. Those are the number 1 on the list. And number 2 is the Boko Haram remnant. Some families claim they received calls in Kanuri, and that could be rebuilding influence among this Boko Haram. So with all this intelligence, with all this gathering, with all these revelations, governments cannot be proactive, yet these things are happening. They happen, and in fact, in such a coordinated way that it seems like it's just all planned out, and all the security apparatus are just there, watching and looking for them to happen. Then the other group that was known to have called, like what the security experts are saying, the Bandits Alliance, known for ransom-based kidnappings. Increasing collaboration with jihadist groups could be responsible for this. And maybe it's likely a joint operation, nobody knows. But there was an Al Jazeera expert analysis that says, amid this genocide calling that has been trending everywhere since the past 2 weeks, it's likely it is a joint collaboration, joint operation between the bandits and the jihadist group, the Boko Haram and ISWAP, whatever it is. Nigerian government should rise up to the occasion and do the needful. So what security failures made this attack even possible in the first place? There is no armed security personnel within the reasonable distance. Only 4 armed guards versus 70 armed attacks. This is unbelievable. It's never heard of. No CCTV, no alarms, no early warning technology, ignored intelligence plus repeated warnings from several intelligence, even within the local community, unidentified or underfunded safe school initiative, expanded ransom economy, fueling more attacks and more attacks and more attacks and more attacks every week. These are security failures, and these things are enablement. They're enabling all these insecurities, and they are fueling it more to make it grow and grow and grow every day. Yeah, it is so amazing and so disheartening that families and communities are so impacted about this. Parents are so devastated as we speak, and there is a lot of widespread panic and protest. Teachers are traumatized. You can imagine students who escaped have also been having psychological effects. Christian Association of Nigeria condemns attack as an assault on Nigerian children. The entire region are now living in fear. And the worst part, teachers, students, they are not safe. They can't even say, let's go and open school, let's go to school. What is happening in Nigeria, for crying out loud? Why all this happening? And the government, either they are confused, they don't know what to do, or they just kept mute, they don't know what to do, they don't want to do it, or they are benefiting from this. Any of this is what is, because like Sonny Abacha said sometimes ago, before he died, that any insecurity that goes beyond 48 hours and is not solved, government hand is in it. And that is true, because with all this that are happening and there is no control, it shows that government hand is in it. So what must change going forward? And these are my recommendations. Create safe school protection units stationed on school grounds. Establish community early warning networks. Invest in surveillance technologies like drones, sensors, CCTV in high-risk areas to track and disrupt ransom financing and networking. Enforce accountability and ensure consequences are for ignoring warning signs. So if there is any warning sign that they received and they were ignored, there should be consequences meted out with that. And also, those that are fueling this should be brought to book. Not that we have rescued 35 school children, we have rescued 51 school children, we have rescued 38 people kidnapped in the church, but nobody has been brought to book. Nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been charged to court. Nobody has been convicted. Nobody has made to pay for all these heinous crimes, for crying out loud. When are we going to abate all this? Takeaways from this story of this kidnapping and abduction of school children. We know this is not the first time this kind of thing is happening. Starting from 2014, it's been happening. Chibok girls. And it's more like it's on a repeat every year. We hear something like this happening every year. It's a pattern that there is no remedy or control over. St. Mary's schools was not a random or sudden tragedy for this. It was just the result of years of systemic neglect. Children didn't fail the system. Rather, it is the system that even failed them. And change must be urgent, structural, and effective. Anyway, I hear say federal government talk say they don't rescue 51 students from this St. Mary's Catholic school. But Christian Association of Nigeria can. They talk say, now escape them, escape. No be say federal government rescue them. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? It's entire me or entire everybody. Anyway, if you enjoyed this analysis, please consider subscribing and also share your thoughts in the comments as regarding this rising spate of insecurity in Nigeria and what you think could be the likely solution. Now, we're talking about American government wading in or not. And everybody is just talking left and right and center. But to me, I feel American government should come. And here is why. If we believe and trust in the Nigerian government to rescue us from this state of insecurity, and they have not been able to do so for over 11 years, 2014 till now. So when are they going to do that? Even if America is coming to take something from us, it's better for them to take something from Nigeria to be able to give us better security than for us not to lose anything in terms of giving it to Americans and keep wallowing and dying in insecurity. Nobody can go anywhere. You can't even travel from Lagos to the east. You cannot move from north to south. What now? I beg. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I read every comment. Signing out.